My name is Jace Olson. I'm going to do my presentation on case 3-4, the Franklin Industries whistleblowing. Now in this case, Natalie, a CPA at Franklin Industries, discovered that a department manager had embezzled $5 million. Denny King, the department manager, had transferred $5 million to Vic Construction, which was later found out to be owned by his sibling. Now that money that he transferred to Vic Construction was later transferred back into another company that was owned by Denny King. When Natalie found out about this, she went to the Human Resources Department to let them know what she found. And later after she told Human Resources, she was demoted from assistant manager to a supervisor. And 6 months later, HR came back with their decision on what Natalie had said, and they found that the company had no wrongdoing in demoting her, and they also found that there was no embezzlement that actually took place. Now this made Natalie very upset, and she wanted to take it a step further and tell the board of directors what had happened. Now there could be some obstacles facing Natalie in going to the board of directors. First of all, the company has a culture of not rocking the boat, and if Natalie were to go to the board of the directors, that would definitely rock the boat within the company. Another difficulty that Natalie would face is that the board of directors consists of many inside directors, and most of the time they side with the CEO and also the HR department that there was no embezzlement found. But if Natalie were to go to the board of directors, or if she didn't go to the board of directors, there's a lot of different things that are at stake. First of all, if Natalie didn't go to the board of directors, since she's a person of very high values, it would probably be hard for Natalie to continue to work at Franklin Industries knowing that she's working for a company that doesn't share the same values that she holds. Also, if she were to go to the board of directors, then she has a possibility of getting demoted again or even losing her job. As for Franklin Industries, since they are a publicly traded company, their stock price could either go up or down, and if there's word of embezzlement, their stock price would most definitely plummet, and they would also lose future business. As for Denny King, the manager, if Natalie were to tell the board of directors and they found that there was embezzlement, he would lose his job and could also face time in prison for the embezzlement. So what does Natalie need to do? She obviously needs to go tell the board of directors of what has happened. Since she does have high values, she needs to go and tell them what has happened. She could say to the company that they have an obligation to their shareholders and to the public to be honest in their reporting of their financial records. And she could also argue that it would be better for the company to take action now instead of waiting before it gets bigger or someone outside of the company finds out. If Natalie decides not to go to the board of directors, there is another option. She could file a claim with the SEC under the Dodd-Frank Act. And for her to file a claim, she has to meet 3 requirements. Those requirements would be a materiality requirement, the company not pursuing investigation, and also the 120-day requirement. So in this case, since the embezzlement consisted of over $5 million, it would meet the materiality requirement. The company is no longer doing any sort of investigation since they had found that there was no embezzlement. And it also meets the 120-day requirement, seeing as how Natalie reported the fraud over 6 months ago. So, thank you.